Okay children, in yesterday's video I have sent you the information about the chapter. That is chapter number 2 is divided into 5 parts, right? Now let us start with angiosperms. It is sexual reproduction in flowering plants, and we know that flowering plants are angiosperms. Now these angiosperms, they dominate the plant kingdom. We know why do they dominate the plant kingdom? They dominate the plant kingdom because they are able to produce a structure which holds a very aesthetic importance, and that structure which holds a very aesthetic importance required in day-to-day life has cultural, regional, religious, traditional value is flower, right? Angiosperms, they originate on Earth, planet Earth. In which era? They originate in Mesozoic era. We are going to study about all eras, epochs and period in chapter number 7, that is evolution. Okay, so let us start with flowers. Now these flowers are produced by angiosperms because these angiosperms undergo sexual reproduction, right? Flowers are divided into two types of whorls. If you will not forget, we have deal with this topic, the same topic in class 11th chapter number 3, that is plant kingdom. Now flowers have two types of whorl. First is known as non-essential and the second one is known as essential, right? Non-essential whorls are calyx and corolla, while the essential whorls are androecium and gynoecium. Am I clear with that? Right? Now, why they are known as non-essential? Because they are non-reproductive. Are you getting my point? They are non-reproductive, that's why they are non-essential. Why they are essential? They are essential because they help in reproduction. And what does the chapter says? The chapter says sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So, we are going to study the essential whorls of the flower. Being non-essential does not mean they do not help in sexual reproduction. They do help. Right? So, calyx means sepals. Corolla means petals. Am I right? Right? Androecium, stamen. And gynoecium, pistil. So if the question is asked, name the free unit or name the unit of androecium and gynoecium. What are the units? Stamen and pistil. Clear? Now the question arises, what is androecium? What is gynoecium? Again, as we do in all the classes about the terminologies, right? Andrology. What is andrology? Study of male reproductive system. Here also the word is androecium, something which is related with the male. And androecium is nothing but the male reproductive part of plant. Clear? Gynec, we all know gynecologists, gynecology, the study of female reproductive parts, right? Gynoecium again holds for female reproductive part of the plant. Again, a quick recap. Sexual reproduction in flowering plants. The chapter is divided into how many divisions? 5 divisions. Flowering plants, angiosperms. They dominate the plant kingdom because 90% of the species belongs to angiosperms. Next, they originated on the planet Earth. In which era? Mesozoic era. Which is Mesozoic era, where we got the seed plants. Clear? The plants which produces seeds. About the eras, epochs and periods we are going to study in chapter number 7, that is evolution. Next, angiosperms holds a very important aesthetic, traditional, religious, cultural importance. Why? because they undergo sexual reproduction and able to produce a very important, part which is known as flower. These flower, they have whorls. These whorls are divided into two parts, essential whorls and non-essential whorls. What are non-essential whorls? Non-essential whorls are calyx, corolla, sepals, petals. Why they are non-essential? Because they are non-reproductive, right? Essential. Why they are essential? Because they help in reproduction. They are of two types, androecium, gynoecium. The word andro comes from male, right? So this part of the plant is male reproductive part. Gynoecium comes from the female, right? So this part holds for female reproductive part, but both the parts of the plant. In essential, in androecium, the free unit is stamen. In gynoecium, the free unit is pistil. Am I clear with this? This is all about the introduction of the chapter and the topic 2.1, that is all about flowers. Okay, let us start with the classification of angiosperms. In classification, we know we are going to talk about the taxonomical hierarchy, right? We know what is taxonomical hierarchy. What is taxonomical hierarchy? The arrangement of the organisms at various taxa, all levels, is known as taxonomic hierarchy. Here we are going to study about the class of angiosperms. The class of angiosperm is dicotyledone. We know that these angiosperms, they are divided into two classes. What are they? They are monocots and they are dicots. But the class which holds the most important plants in angiosperm is dicots. How many cotyledons? 2 cotyledons. Don't forget 11th standard, monocots. Mono means 1, di means 2, cots means cotyledon. Family, Brassicaceae. Why? They produce covered seeds. Genus, Capsula. And species is Bursa pastoris. What is this capsula? Capsula is the most studied angiospermic plant. Okay, the name of the plant is Capsula Bursa pastoris. Bursa pastoris has also a common name. It is called as shepherd's purse because it has the structure of a purse, a closed structure. Clear with that? Now this capsula, it is the most studied angiospermic plant. When it is the most studied angiospermic plant, there will be some reasons. Yes, it is. Why? First reason, it is heterosporous. Now we have dealt in chapter number 1 only. What are heterospores? Hetero means different. Spores means which produce various types of spores, and the various types of spores are male spores and female spores. Clear? Next, availability is quite easy. Okay, because of its availability, it is the most studied angiospermic plant. Clear? One more thing, the dominant phase of the plant is sporophytic. We know what is sporophytic. It is the 2N phase of the life cycle. If you have not forgot, we have dealt in chapter 3, even in chapter 2 of class 11, gametophytic phase, sporophytic phase, where somewhere sporophytic is dominant, that is from 2N, it will get converted into N. Somewhere gametophytic is there, that is from N, 2N is formed. Am I right or not? Am I clear? So, the dominant phase is sporophytic, which gives a very clear-cut identification that what kind of spores will be formed in this particular plant. Clear? Any doubts out here? If you have any doubts, I'll be available today for a meeting on Zoom and we will clear all the doubts there. After this, I'm going to talk about some of the discoveries and the scientists which holds a very important, place in competitive exams. Sometimes direct questions will be asked. For example, last year in Good Set, the question was asked, who is known as the father of Indian embryology? So for that we need to remember four scientists' names. Now, the first scientist was Seawolf. Who was Seawolf? The father of embryology. Seawolf, known as father of embryology. Okay. Second, Professor P. Maheshwari. He is known as father of Indian embryology. When we talk about the Indian angiospermic species, right? The one who studied Indian angiospermic species, angiospermic plants actually, he was Professor P. Maheshwari. One more. And grew. He provided or realized the evidence of stamen as a male reproductive part. Okay, he provided us the evidence that stamen is the male reproductive part. And finally, the fourth important scientist out here is Good. He provided us that flower is a modified shoot. Clear with that? So now let us have a quick recap whatever I told you this morning today. We have studied about the introduction of the angiosperms, class, family, genus, species, right? I told you the most studied or the most important angiospermic plant which is used to study about all the angiospermic character is Capsula. Why? Heterosporous at the first place, produce both the spores, male spores and the female spores. Second, it is very easily available. Third, sporophytic phase is the dominant phase of the plant. Right? Species is Bursa pastoris. It belongs to the class Dicotyledone because angiosperms are divided into two classes, that is monocots and dicots. Right? After that, the importance or the contribution of the four major scientists in the study of embryology. We are talking about embryology. What is it? What is the embryology? Embryology is the study of reproduction in flowering plants. Clear? The study of reproduction in flowering plants is known as embryology. Clear with that?